Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Wednesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in Queensland. Of course, we're heading to the Aspley Hornets football club, and it's been with the QAFLW team. And of course, we've got three very special guest joins right now to tell us a bit about how the season it was in 2021. Thanks all three of you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Well, I'll get all three to introduce yourselves and tell us what position all three of you played on the field throughout the season.
I'm Monique, and I usually play in the back line at the moment.
And I'm Ange, and I play in the rock.
And I'm Bree, and I play on the wing.
Tell us a bit about the season for the Hornets. It was a bit of an up and down year, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we started off really strong at the start of the year. It was nice. We brought a bunch of new girls into the club, new coaching staff, which was really exciting for us. Started off with a few wins. Then it got a bit tough. And then I think we might have snuck in a couple more wins, or maybe one more win throughout the year. Our development side had a few more wins, and yeah, we improved a lot from last year, which was exciting. So I think it wasn't necessarily the wins, but the development that was most exciting for the club this year.
I know before the AFLW players came back, I think you were sitting well and truly in top four, and obviously managed, and obviously hopefully would have gone all the way to the finals. But how difficult was it once all the AFLW players came back into Queensland and played for their respective clubs? How difficult was that from there on?
So it was pretty hard for us. Like, we only had Sophie Conway come and play for us, and obviously most of the other teams had 3 or 4 or 5 AFLW players. So when you get out on the field and we've got one in Sophie Conway, well, she matches up on another AFLW player, but then that still leaves us with 3 or 4 to try and eliminate or match up on somewhat. So
like UQ is pretty tough that game.
Yeah, exactly. UQ had a lot. So it definitely made it a lot tougher. And then obviously that makes it tough for our senior side, but then even our development side has a tougher run, because that then means 5 or whatever senior players drop down to play development for those other teams. So, it definitely makes it tougher, but I think we learn a lot from them and can get something out of it, even though it's tough.
Tell us a couple players in your team that had an awesome year, and you can't include yourselves or each other.
Well, I'll start with Alana Perry. She came across from Cooperoo, really good snatch up for us, and she actually won our best and fairest Taylor Harris medal. So she obviously had a good season.
Ange had a good season.
No, you're not allowed to say me.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to say
No,
me.
none of us are allowed to say each other.
Oh, well, that's not good.
No, he said we're not allowed to say each other.
I thought just meant ourselves.
Who else had a good year?
I'll give a quick shout out to Sophie Ayres.
Yeah.
She did pretty well. She got our development league best and fairest. So even though she was playing development, she did play quite a few senior games this season as well. So it's really good to see a lot of the girls starting to transition into those senior sides as well, which is really good.
And Morgan, I think Morgan had a really good year. She won 3rd best. Just consistent.
Consistency's key.
Tell us a bit about your coaches there at Aspley.
Where do we start?
So,
We've got a lot.
In 2020, we went from 2 to...
Yeah, we had 2 coaches in 2020,
and then
looking after 2
2021.
sides.
Yeah, and then 2021 we had...
6. We had a lot of people around helping, which was super exciting. And I mean, bringing, they were new this year, brought a new approach and some new ideas to the table, which was super exciting.
We had strength and conditioning coaches, and then we had coaches that were purely for warm-ups, which made it easier.
Yeah, I think a lot of coaches had like a specialty that they focused on. So as players, then when you have that specialization, it really brings out the best, and you definitely learn a lot more. And even like strength and conditioning, like we haven't really done that up until this year now. So it definitely, you saw like a massive improvement in everyone as a team, but also everyone as individuals as well, which was really good to see.
I did mention in one of the questions that you can't include each other in the question. Now, you can include each other on the next question I'm going to ask, which is how special is it to play with each other on the same team?
Very special.
Very
special.
No, it's really good. Obviously, a few of us have played together for a lot of years, and then some of us, like, for example, Bree, she played a couple of games for us in 2020 when we were struggling for numbers, and we pulled her up from under 17s, and she played some senior games with us, and she was quiet and she did stuff, but she was real quiet. And then for her to be able to come up and be fully part of the team in 2021 and bring her strengths to the table was super exciting. And then I think in terms of like our development players, it gets super exciting when they get to play up in seniors too, and you get to share those moments with them. They've finally achieved what they've been working towards.
And when we train, we're like all together, so you're not really separated at all between teams or anything. So when you like get to play with the development or a senior player, it's really fun to watch them grow as well.
I have to ask, how did all three get involved in footy, and why did you choose it?
I grew up in Melbourne, so AFL is number one in Melbourne. So I started playing from a pretty young age, like getting into Auskick, and just kind of made my way up that way. I did move to New South Wales for a few years as well, and so there was a brief period of time where AFLW hadn't quite come in yet. So I was not really allowed to play with the boys anymore. So I really love that AFLW's kind of come into it, and I've been able to get back into it, and just to see its growth as well has been like phenomenal. So started young and kept going through that.
So I started a bit later in life. I actually did gymnastics growing up, and then a bit of athletics. Was always around AFL. My brother played and my dad loves it. So then once I finished school and I wanted something new to try, I thought, I better give AFL a crack. And I loved it. So I stuck around, and
she's a natural.
Nah, it's good. Helps that Dad's always there telling me what to do. It's been awesome, and I can't always played at the Hornets, and I can't thank them enough for everything. But
so when I was younger, I did a lot of individual sports, but like I've always grown up around footy. My whole family's around. My brother plays since he was like 6. So then he played from Hornets since he was 6, so I was always around the club. So then I started from 15s, did 2 years of 17s, and 1 year. So I love it, and I couldn't see myself not doing it.
I guess what will be some highlights throughout all three your football journey so far?
Personal, probably, getting selected in the under-18 Australian team when I was 16 or something like that. So that was pretty good to get into, but just getting to play is good fun. So
well, my number one highlight would probably be when we won our Div 1 premiership. That was super exciting. The year before, we'd gone undefeated and then bombed out in finals, and then 2018, I think it was, maybe, we won our Div 1 premiership, which was super exciting. Our hard work finally paid off. And then, I've been lucky enough to captain the girls the last couple of years, which has also been a really big privilege, and I've really enjoyed doing that. That's probably been up there in our best and fairest votes each year, which is also exciting. But no, definitely probably our premiership, because it's a team thing and we all work together for that. Just tackle.
I think it was under
what? Our play.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Try to find the video and we can show it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk.
Yeah. So I think it was under 17s. I won the Brisbane Juniors. That was called, the BJ. Yeah. Awards night. Yeah, Gala Awards night. And then
best and fairest, wasn't it?
Yeah, the best and fairest. Yeah.
For the whole league.
I captained for the 17s as well. That was pretty cool. But then also moving into seniors, I actually really enjoyed just like sitting back and just letting other people captain me and seeing it in a different view. And then this gold Ange and I's is actually a highlight of 2021.
Yeah, that's the highlight. No doubt about it. Goal time.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering.
That was pretty sick. So
That's our highlight of
that's our
2021
highlight of
at least.
2021. Yeah.
Did you do a celebration dance?
100%. Yeah.
Hugs all around for that one.
I have to ask this one as well. Now, Ange, of course, we actually had you on the show was it last week? No, it was last week for the 13s. Which one's more special? Winning a premiership coaching the 13s or coaching the 13s or winning a premiership with the obviously the team that in the playing wise a couple of years ago?
I definitely think playing in it for sure. Coaching it was exciting, but I think, and it's super special obviously because you get to see the girls achieve something that realistically, we spoke about it, they really deserve that premiership. But I think doing it yourself and being out there with your teammates is something else.
What does the sport of football mean to all three of you, and especially being there at Aspley?
Yeah, well, it's pretty cool to play at Aspley. Obviously, like my brother's like played since he was 6, and I've literally grown up throughout the club and helping out, and then I finally played. So the environment and atmosphere is like really inviting and great to play.
I'm not sure if I actually said this with the 13s, but Aspley is super special, obviously providing a pathway, and us being involved with the younger girls is good. Like they get to see where they can go and we get to help them out and inspire that next generation of footy players. And I think it's probably like a lot of other footy clubs that obviously we're super lucky our club supports us phenomenally. But then also the fact that you don't have to be friends with everybody, but you come to footy and your mates and your teammates and you get around each other and you've got each other's back. I mean, that's probably general for a lot of footy clubs. You come here and you've got each other's back, but I think that's super special and we've got a nice culture going on here that we hope to build on going into 2022 and onwards.
Yeah, basically exactly the same as what
they said.
Yeah, what they said.
Ange has a tattoo and I'll get a tattoo. So
that's how good the culture is. See that hornet there? I have that tattoo.
Someone mentioned before they have brothers and sisters that play the sport of footy just a moment ago. So I have to ask, who's the better footballer?
Hey.
Yeah, I thought you'd say that.
I'm better than my brother too.
Gotta give yourself some credit.
They don't play. It's just me.
And she's better than her siblings too.
Yeah, see?
Simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Do either of you have any future ambitions in the sport of footy?
I want to play for a long time. I wouldn't say
probably not quite at the professional level.
Yeah,
so we're just we're one under the professional level, which is a nice, happy place to sit.
Yeah. I think maybe getting to be one of the best in that league in the QAFL is probably one of my goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really young, so I have like heaps of time. I'm only 18.
Heaps
but
of time.
I reckon it'd be really cool to keep going forward and seeing how far I can go with it.
All three you mentioned right at the start what position all three you play on the field. If you had a preferred position where you love to convince your coaches to put you next year, where would that be?
Probably yeah. Well, probably just midfield, but that's where I used to always play. But now being on the wing, I've actually gotten used to it, so it'd probably just be them too.
I was originally in the forward line, and then I had one good game at fullback this season, and the coach stuck me in fullback for the rest of the season. So I never thought of that. Yeah, so I like the forward line, but I'd like to be up at like centre half forward or centre half back so I can get a bit more running in. Yeah, so preferably a position that's a bit further out of the goal square would be good.
And to be honest, I actually just love the rock. The coach is actually trying to convince me to get out of there and play in the midfield, but I like the rock. It puts you at the footy and puts you at the footy and I like it. But yeah, in battles with the coaches about it.
The next question is, what would be your advice to people that should get involved in footy, especially down there at the Hornets?
Don't wait.
Just do it.
Yeah,
Just calm
do it,
down.
Yeah. I debated it for 2 years, and when I did it, I wished that I did it 2 years ago. It's just like really good to play in a team sport, and you meet so many new friends.
Let's finish off with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Let's see, hopefully I might get some funny ones similar to what I had with the 13s last week. So my first question is, who had the most embarrassing moments on the field this season, and what was it?
Yeah, a couple. They're like going the wrong way.
Oh, was that this year's call? I don't know if it was this year. It could have been last year, but we'll count it anyway. So Court, our other captain, we finally get a beautiful clearance from the midfield.
Yeah,
She
I think
runs
it's this year.
away, beautiful delivery into what was our back line. It was that good that the opposition kicked it back out because they thought that they must have been
way too. So.
Yeah, so we ended up back in the middle and it was all okay. But yeah, that was a funny one.
I think the only other one I could think of was probably Brooke's goal, or Brooke's should have been goal, where she was like 10 meters out or something, and she overthought everything in her head, forgot everything she was meant to do, and then kicked it behind or something. Yeah, so she copped a little bit of flack for that one, for missing from like 10 meters out. But yeah, no, I don't think anything too embarrassing has happened to us yet. So
we all just get around it if it's embarrassing.
No one's been daft
So
or
they don't
anything.
even
So
remember.
yeah.
My next one is, who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dancer on the team?
Ooh. I mean, KP is pretty funny.
Yeah, or like Anna has a few.
Anna's funny.
Yeah,
Anna
she
and
throws
KP.
a few ones out.
Few one-liners. Best dancers.
We need
Maddie Cole.
medical
Brooke,
celebrations.
And what was the other? Singer.
Oh,
Ange.
No. I don't know. No, I don't know. Who sings?
Yeah.
Don't know, to be honest.
Is there anyone on the team into their TikToks, and is any of them TikTok famous?
Probably Courtney.
Oh,
Yeah,
Courtney and T. Courtney and T. Courtney and T.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they're the oldest. No, they're not the oldest, but you wouldn't expect it. It's not like my 13-year-olds that you expect to be on TikTok. But yeah, they're right into it. They're obsessed.
Yeah, I think we've all got some like Snapchats and stuff like that of T and Court just watching their phone, practicing a few TikToks
Yeah.
and stuff, like before training or doing a few after training,
Yeah.
staying late to get a TikTok done and stuff. So
That's common.
yeah, commitment. But
Either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Ange has one.
We were
Ange
wondering
has
if
some
you're
good
actually going to ask this. It's not so much. So I actually have a pair of lucky undies that I wear. And the thing about them is I've actually had them since I was 11. I'm now 20. So they're pretty worn, and they're
So
at
it's
the point where they're at the point where I actually wear them, and I have to wear another pair of undies underneath them for every game. So yeah, look, they're lucky. I can't get rid of them.
are they though?
Yeah, fully
I think-
retired
I
to
think
game
he's
day
done.
undies only.
I think he's done. I think we broke him.
Now, I have to ask, is there any good nicknames in the team?
There's a few.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anyone's
Oh.
names.
Oh, there's, I don't know.
Like,
You do like the first name of the first letter of the first name and last name, whatever. There's like KP
Oh,
or
KP.
BB or and then there's
Oh,
like
Smatto. Yeah.
Spanner, yeah.
Yeah.
Heaps.
Smatto, Spanner.
Yeah, it's usually, I don't know, I feel like there's a few nicknames, but it's like mostly, yeah, just like shortened
Yeah, Sean or
Versions.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah,
Nothing
when like,
crazy.
yeah, it's like if you were to get your full name here, it's like it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
So if you don't get like a nickname,
Otherwise, if you do
or, like,
something like in
shortened, it's
training,
like-
Tales might like pull something out, but that's about it.
yeah.
I know with most footy teams, there is a fine system that goes towards the end of the season trips. So, did you do a fine system this year? And if so, who copped the most fines?
We did, but no one paid up. But I think the two people that got the most fines was Tails, our coach. He did dumb stuff like forget to bring the footies to training and stuff like that. And then the other one was Brooke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke got a couple of fines. Like she rocked up to photo night with a full face of makeup.
Did she really?
Falcon. Yeah, she got a few. Probably
Oh,
showing up to the wrong venue.
she answered a phone call on her smartwatch during training, so she was just
Yeah.
standing on the field talking
Yeah,
and
she
stuff
got a
like
few.
that. So yeah,
Those two got the
I
most.
feel like
for sure.
Brooke cost a fair bit.
Yeah,
Love you.
yeah, love you, Brooke.
So, okay, I want to ask then, did either of you cop a fine and what was your fine for?
I did.
Yeah, I copped a fine.
I didn't. I feel like
Mine
I was
was
close to
for-
getting one, but they
Yeah, we're
forgot,
doing
so.
boxing one night and I wore 2 right gloves on. What's the fine for that?
And I copped a fine. Oh, I park in the disabled spot sometimes at footy, so I get a few fines for that.
I feel like Paul got a few for that as
Yeah, yeah. It's right at the front door, so
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
get a few
Yeah.
fines for that. Yeah.
We don't pay up.
But they're probably the only ones. I don't think of them.
Yeah, I don't think
Well, all three, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. It's awesome having all three on the show. Obviously, well and truly, I'm sure well and truly in your pre-season training now, and best of luck going into 2022. And I hope I'll come up to Queensland and head down to Graham Road to watch your team play in 2022.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Hopefully see you in 2022 then. And we'll get you a signed jersey.
No worries. And of course, if you want to get involved down there at the Aspley Hornets, they're down on Graham Road. And of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved down there with the Hornets. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.